365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, everything is in the description below. Thank you all for stopping by and saying hi. Hi. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. And it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on this channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated, okay? Collective, we're starting off with the energy of the Egyptian god Seth, okay? And this is the Egyptian god that rules over, desert land, foreign lands, earthquakes, eclipse energy. And so this Egyptian god, is just one of them that rule. There are many that rules over change, okay? And so when we think of eclipse and earthquakes and thunderstorms and desert energy, as I hold this card, it's the energy of change. And so you could be at this time experiencing some sort of change in your life, some sort of change that you consider to be maybe catastrophic, maybe a drastic change. Maybe you are experiencing a change that happens swiftly and rapidly. I'm feeling something caught you off guard. This could be maybe the transitioning of a loved one, condolences if you have lost someone close to you. This could also be a sudden change maybe in your career. Maybe the income in your household has changed. And so maybe it's causing you to shift and move some things around. You could be someone who has a family, who has children. You could be the matriarch of your household. You could be the main source provider, maybe the one that pays majority of the bills or the monthly responsibilities. But either way, there's some kind of drastic change. Also, I'm picking up someone could have a baby on the way, possibly twins on the way, okay? And maybe you are talking to your spouse or your mate about the changes that will need to be made, okay? But I'm picking up a lot of financial energy, and I'm also picking up some kind of grieving energy also. And so this change that you are undergoing at this current time, it may has caused some kind of stress. Maybe you're trying to come to some kind of resolution, and maybe you're speaking with your husband, your wife, your partner. Even if you're not married, you could have a live-in spouse, okay? Your companion. And maybe whenever you try to come to some resolution about, the change in the finances or the changes of expecting maybe a new child or a set of twins, that just came out of somewhere. Congratulations, okay? Condolences if you lost someone, and congratulations if you are bringing new life into the world. By the way, it's causing a lot of stress and a lot of tension in the household. And so with this Seth energy being here, this number 5 energy represents change, okay? And a change is needed and necessary. And so out with the old and in with the new, okay? So Spirit is saying clearly that this change that is in your life, even though collective, you may be unable to sort out why it is taking place, or you may be feeling like, wow, this just caught me off guard. You could be someone, maybe you thought you couldn't have any more children because of your age. Honey, don't believe that. When it's time, it's time, okay? And so you could be someone who maybe thought you couldn't have any children, or you were done with that part of your life, and maybe you found out of nowhere, that you are expecting. And you could be someone who maybe went to the doctor for a regular physical or checkup for something else, and they came back and told you, congratulations, you're expecting. And I keep picking up on twin energy. Somebody is having twins, okay? Or you could have Gemini placement in your chart. But either way, Spirit is saying that this change is natural. We are constantly in the energy of evolution. Everything around us, inside and out, is constantly moving and changing. And so trust and know, that your life is your mission alone. We all are uniquely, individually, divinely created. And so this is part of your path, part of your mission, for you to be in this relationship, for you to give birth of this child. And, yes, it may be sad when we, lose someone close to us, but they are still here spiritually. They may not be here in the flesh, but spiritually, they are here. They have transitioned and moved on to another realm, but this is for somebody, not everybody, but they are still here with you. They are now an ancestor, okay? They're just no longer in this avatar, this fleshly suit that we wear, okay? But they are still here in spirit, okay? But either way, this change in your life, it's okay to grieve, okay? You may want to, look into setting up an altar or, getting into communicating with your ancestor, whomever you are that is watching this. You could be grieving heavily, okay? If you feel comfortable or feel the need, the intrigue, not the need, but the intrigue, excuse me. I don't like the word need. It's a low vibing word. To do so. But this change is happening for a great purpose, and you may not see now while it's happening, excuse me. Yeah, and it may be hurting you, what you're going through, the stress, trying to figure out, like I said, someone is very concerned about making ends meet, when it comes to the household. You could be someone who has received maybe a pay cut, okay, or maybe you were once full-time and they took you to part-time, or maybe you're concerned. There's just a lot of changes happening, but spirit wants you to know, because we are constantly in the energy of change inside and outside, and as above so below, that things will not remain the same forever. And that is something that you can stand on. I'm not getting a particular timing, but things are constantly changing. And so you can stand on that and know this, and you need to walk in the know that whatever grief or sadness or stress that you are feeling, collective, it won't be forever, okay? Because the next card we have here is a death card, number 19 here. And the energy of this card here, these beautiful bright colors here, I love here, because this death card is coming in to clean out some things. It's coming in to remove the old so that the new can come in, removing stagnation, removing self-doubt, removing negative mindset, telling yourself what you can't do, removing you focusing on what you don't have, but rather putting your perception and your mind on what you do have and how grateful and thankful you should be, starting with each day that you open your eyes and your heart is still beating. And Spirit wants you to remain more grateful and thankful, because there's a lot of things that we all, even myself, while as I speak to you, collective, we should always continuously remind ourselves. We have to remind ourselves. I have to remind myself to remain grateful and thankful. But this energy here of this death card here, this could be a literal death, as I mentioned earlier, but this also is representing someone, an energy coming in and just cleaning up, okay? As you see that hatchet there, cleaning up and removing the old. It's like a vacuum. You know how you vacuum a floor, maybe with a lot of lint or crumbs or food, and as you push the vacuum cleaner, it sucks up the debris. Well, this energy of the death card, that's what this is. This is an energy that is present in your life currently, that may have presented a situation to you that you may feel may be sad, may be stressful or depressed or depressing situation, but in reality, it is not, okay? But it's all about your perception and where you are on the timeline, how spiritually inclined and in tune you are with yourself to understand what I have just conveyed to you in that short 2-3 seconds there. But this energy is present to clean out some things out of your life, out of your household, out of your mindset, to start anew. So I'm picking up on the energy of someone who is having their energy recalibrated, spiritually speaking, because the next card we have here is the moon, okay? It says dark blue moon. And so those things that were in the shadows, of your life, that may have been creating stagnation, that may have been maybe projecting negative energy. This could be people, places, and things. You could have maybe had people around you, collective, whom were projecting their energy onto you. It happens on a regular basis worldwide. We receive unwarranted projection, that's out of our control. But oftentimes there are people whom we allow ourselves to be around who project onto us as well. And so that's what this energy is cleaning out here. They are ridding you and positioning you, collective, in the energy so that new people, places, and things will be placed in your path strategically, not just by you doing nothing, but by you accepting the calling and the awakening, because you're going through an awakening. That's why your energy is being recalibrated. But in order to do so, there are things that has to be removed, okay? There are sacrifices that have to be made. There are changes that have to be made, okay? And so you may look at this like, I have enough going on. Maybe you are expecting twins. I keep picking up on this twin energy, or someone has Gemini in their chart. How are we going to do this? You may be thinking about what you see on the television. You may be just focusing on the economy, and spirit wants you to take your mind off of that and just, accept that, yes, you're about to become, a parent to, a new life. You're bringing new life into the world, and to focus on the positives and prepare to receive a healthy child or children. Someone is having twins. I'm picking up on pregnancy, but I'm picking up on twins. Maybe you're going to be told that you're having one. Then you may go for a second or third ultrasound and find out that there's one baby hiding behind the other, or one egg hiding somewhere else. It happens, okay? So congratulations to you, to this double blessing that is coming into your life. But Spirit wants you to take your energy and not focus on the negative. And if you need be, Spirit is also saying to stop watching so much news. You already know what's going on. There is someone who keeps their television turned on the news. It's okay for you to do what you want. We have free will, but you need to refocus your mind and allow yourself to absorb things that are positive and uplifting. It's okay to check and see what's going on in your neighborhood, but 24 hours a day to watch the news station is just not healthy for you at this time, okay? Especially if you are carrying a new seed in your womb. You want to make sure that the conditioning is healthy. You want to make sure things are fruitful. You want to make sure positive energy is being spoken even while they're in your womb. It really matters and it counts. The next card we have here is Basset, and Basset represents joy, fertility, protection, dance, music, love, okay? And so this is the new energy that is being placed into your life, and it's in lock and key. You are being given the keys to go ahead and enjoy this new energy after this cleansing and this renewal is taking place in your life, okay? Changes are happening, but you will look back maybe sooner than later, Spirit is saying, possibly sooner than later, and you will realize that it was all for a great cause. Number 4 here in the corner represents structure and stability, okay? And so you will, regain your structure and stability. You're very concerned with that at this time, whomever you are, okay? Maybe the person who has transitioned could have also been a provider, could have been someone who lived with you. And if they didn't live with you, maybe they were a provider. Maybe they were someone who was, who would help you, who would assist you with different things. But you will be able to maintain and be self-efficient. And so you will be provided for. And just because you can't see right now in this instant how it's going to happen, because I'm picking up on someone who wants to know right now in this moment, like, how is that going to happen? I want to know how. How am I going to buy diapers? And they grow out of onesies so quick. And those, but you're doing all this negative thinking, and Spirit is saying, do not focus on that. Plan for this child to come into the world. Be grateful, be thankful. Focus on all that you do have. Life, your health, the ability to walk, talk, see, that you have a home, that you are able to work. There are a lot of things that you're able to speak, that you're able to use your own mind and your own brain and focus on the good things. You may want to start a gratitude journal. You may want to get you a journal and find 2 or 3 things, or as many things as you like in each day. Every day you get up, keep it on the side of your bed. Maybe you get up and write down some things you are grateful for or you are thankful for, because you need to build a momentum of being grateful and saturating yourself in that gratitude. And a gratitude journal, just like a dream journal, is very helpful, very therapeutic, and it will become contagious in a great way, meaning you'll start being really thankful for a lot of things in a good way, okay? And it will shift your energy drastically. And so it's time for you to focus on those things, collective, okay? So don't focus, on what the television is telling you. Stop engaging in conversations also, conversations of people complaining. You could have maybe even total strangers, when you're out waiting in line, maybe you're at Walmart or something, and a customer behind you is talking about the gas prices, and before you know it, you didn't get into the conversation. And be mindful of participating in negative thinking conversations as well, because it all counts. It sounds like nothing, but it is something. It's just like gravity. It doesn't need you to believe in it. It is what it is. Energy is real, and so it's time for you to shift your perception so you can shift your energy, which will shift your life. Okay. The next card we have here is the High Priestess. And so you are on a journey to becoming more wise, being able to take your knowledge and apply it over time, okay? Which will turn into wisdom for you. And so you're going on a journey, and that's why your energy is being recalibrated. And that's why your ancestors and your spiritual team is working with you so that you'll shift your perception of life. You have a lot to be thankful for. You are very abundant. This reading is your confirmation. This is not a coincidence. And congratulations on those twins. Somebody having twins. If it's not you, collective, you're going to find out. Somebody's having twins. Okay, one baby is hiding behind the other. Okay, the next card we have here is the sun. It could be boys. Okay, could be two twin boys. Okay, but the sun is shining on you. Okay, you see it says lucky you. Okay, and so this is a positive card, the sun energy. Okay, it says lucky land. I'm sorry, not lucky you. It says lucky land. Okay, so this is a positive read. This is all about someone being in the energy, of a negative mindset, or being sad and depressed, being unable to realize how much that they need to be grateful and thankful for. You're unable to see the abundance and the prosperity that you already possess because of the illusions, that you are seeing out of your two eyes, your two human eyes there. And so, yeah, it's time to change your binoculars. It's time for you to shift your energy and broaden your horizons, because you need to know that you are special, you are valuable, and you do matter. And there are no coincidences. This is your confirmation. You are supposed to be here at this timing, here in this read, and wherever you are in your life, on your timeline, on your mission. Everything is where it needs to be according to the works and the work that is being done. That means work, the work of you, and the work, spiritually speaking, on other levels. Okay, according to your lineage, your lineage, etc., etc. Okay. So this is a positive read. This is a great read here. Spirit is just notifying you that it's not all bad. You're seeing it as all bad. And the feeling, the sensation that you're having, it's an illusion. You are fully able and capable to shift and change your life. Nobody, collective, wants it more than you. It's your life. Later.